Hello folks, it's CC, and I'm bringing you another PvP analysis, this time on Total War by Lyzak, and I'm going to be showcasing a tactic that I often use on this map and other maps, mostly DTCs and DTMs. DTMs being Destroy the Monument. It's basically tunneling. It's straightforward, nobody ever looks for it, and you usually get core breaks, and objective stats have been added to project areas pretty recently, and this is an easy way, it's not easy, and it's time consuming, but it is a way that I find to be successful, especially on Total War, to get core breaks, and to win the game. So, first thing I do is always go up to the top, grab boots, and the bow and arrow from the top, because that bow is really powerful, and those boots save a lot of time and a lot of hassle, and you will see that later on in this episode. And you'll see I'll use them right here just to get down faster. The first thing you'll see here is that I am very sloppy in my armor creation, and I have not optimized it for this map, and it is a pain to watch. That is one thing that I should work on for this map, and everybody should work on for pretty much every map. Know how many blocks of diamond, iron, whatever it is you need, how much you want, where you want to get it from, and make sure you know that down pat, know the fastest route, etc. It saves a lot of time, and it can help with the rushes, whatever you want your tactic to be. It helps a lot to be fast. Being faster than your opponent is key. And you'll see here I try to use the new feature where you press like 1 on the toolbar and it like switches the item. I've just recently started using that, and I highly recommend it. It is really fast. And you'll see me here, I grab a stone block and dirt. And you guys should note that. I highly recommend doing that, and I use them later on. I feel in this map that the blast protection helmet is not worth it, and to get rid of it, replace it with a diamond helmet because it's a lot safer. My normal strategy is literally to just bum rush to their side and then tunnel. It's, for some reason, nobody ever follows you, and if they do, you can easily hide for them. I don't know what it is, but people do not seem to expect tunneling on this map, I guess. And we'll see here, I try to close, I want to clean off this middle island because that's where I stage from. That's where I stage my attack from. And you want to have control of the middle island. It just helps a lot in general, especially late game. If your tactic doesn't work and you have to go back and try it again or try something new, it helps to this. And this is why this bow is so powerful. It has such a good punch. I think it might be punch 2, but I know it's at least punch 1, and it is ridiculously powerful and OP, and it just helps enemies get away from you. You're not, personally, I don't try to kill enemies per se. I just try to distract them and not let them kill me, if that makes any sense. You don't need a bucket of water, but I grabbed it anyway because I was there, and I figured a bucket of water might not hurt, you know. It could always come in useful, and I'll actually mention that later on, how I could have used the bucket of water. See here, nobody here is really on the left, and my tactic is you literally just swim to their side. That's all you have to do, just swim to their side. Didn't need to shoot that guy, but I did anyway. Possibly a stupid mistake there, because he could have realized that I was there and followed me down. But I just come down here, mine this out, and then barricade myself in to block off the water, and shift, crouch. Wait a little bit. Always pay attention to the sound. If you hear anybody else breaking blocks above you or around you, be steady, draw your bow back, and you can get that first hit on them, and then you can usually win the fight. And I speed up this because, it's just tunneling. And I'm just listening for sounds around me. And this is the one tricky part, is getting out of here, but this is why I have the dirt and the stone placed around. So I can just place a stone there, and it's a lot less inconspicuous that somebody's been there. It's not a stair, but it's a lot less inconspicuous than, say, one of those wooden planks, right? And then you can see my dirt starts filling up, and that's good. So if I ever need to run underground, I can lose somebody in the dirt, possibly, and it just blocks off, and that way they don't know which way you are going. And stealth, you just literally shift this whole time. If you're on a Mac, highly recommend using caps lock. And again, you see those blocks come into play, and if I hadn't had them on the bar, I would have had to have uncrouched, etc., etc., and that's just a pain. So I always grab those to make sure I have my bar set up correctly. And then you'll see here, what I do is I know at this point I'm inside their second wall, and then I do a spiral up because I know if I keep going forward, I'm just going to break through the wall and I'm not going to go up, and I know the core is right above me. And you'll see, I'll just fast forward through this real quick. And then once I'm up here, nobody is on this side of the wall. And what I do is I then just go around the outside here because nobody's going to see it, and I listen, and this is by accident. That could have alerted somebody, and that was very dangerous. That could have blown my cover. That was stupid of me. Always know the map. Knowing the map is key to winning any game. And if you want to go stealthy, you have to know the map. And that right there was stupid. Again, that was stupid. That guy could have seen that, and I could have been done for. My whole charade would have been up. And also, if you grab the bow, you can break through logs and wool faster than other people who don't have the bow, which is a big advantage if you have to run away in a hurry. And you'll see here around the edge, nobody is here. Nobody knows to look here. And this is a very, very stealthy tactic. You actually come up behind the back core. And the reason I always go for the back core first is because it's a harder one to get. And so early on in the game, they're not really defending it too much. But I do hear water. Hear that water? I know there's water on the core, and I know that could be a hassle. So instead of going up straight and then pillaring up right beneath it, I'm going to pillar up along the side here, as you'll see. And I use the bricks that I have gathered, these stone bricks, because, oh, why did I switch? I shouldn't have switched. I should have just kept on using stone bricks because, and I sprint over here because I need to get over there fast because that's a very vulnerable position. I used the stone bricks, as I was saying, so that it would blend in. And then I just got rid of the water, and then I just mined it out. Mined it out quick. I don't bother building a shelter too often, though sometimes it can be helpful when you're mining out a core, because I figure that if you build a shelter, it just has more time for somebody to come up and see you and, you know, ruin your plans. So then I mine out the core, and I always stay on top of the core until I see that rear core is leaked. And then you'll see here is I rush off. Those feather falling boots come in handy, and I can go whoop right down, no damage, and I shift. Shifting. And if you're on a Mac, I recommend caps lock because it permanently shifts you, and it's really, really handy. Doesn't wear out your pinky or anything. Very nice. And that's it. I mean, pretty much that is the game of stealth there for you for most DTC maps. Tunnel, shift, and cover up your path. See you guys. Have a good one.